spanning over 200 million blocks, 7 kingdoms, and 1 world. This is the beginning of Mario's Mushroom Kingdom in Minecraft. It's so big. Mario has had this Mushroom Kingdom for a long time, and now it's in real life too, but it has never been made into Minecraft, at least never to the scale my stupid brain is trying to do. With the release of the new Super Mario movie, we finally have a real official Mushroom Kingdom world. For a map maker like me, this is a dream come true. It just butterizes the planning process. I don't think that's a real word. Oh, it is. But not what I mean. For the purposes of this world, both this island and everything together will be known as the Mushroom Kingdom, because I don't know what else to call it. So I'm gonna start with this island, the Mushroom Kingdom. First things first, I'm building Peach's castle. Why? Because I've got to get the dimensions for this world from somewhere. How else will I know it has to cover over 200 million blocks? There's no way I'd put myself through that. While I show you this big but very small part of the entire build, let me just say, because this entire world is so massive, I'm gonna have to build it over like 5 or 10 episodes. There's no way I'm gonna be able to do it in just 1 or 2. So if you want to see me build the other 6 kingdoms, please subscribe. That'll tell me you want me to finish this world. And that's task complete. I'm incredibly happy with how this castle looks, but it is big. Somehow I've managed to make it 250 blocks wide. Looking back, this was the first sign that what I was making was way too big. So I used this castle to get the measurements of this island and then the entire world. So yeah, the world is going to cover 200 million blocks because this circle is 16,000 blocks wide, wider than Wiggler's booty. This was the second sign that I was in over my head. Now let's make the map. Normally I use World Edit to build out the floor in the world, but because this thing is 16,000 blocks wide, there's no way I'm going to be using World Edit to build this thing. So I downloaded World Painter for the very first time and made my first ever World Painter map. I wish I'd got this thing sooner. It's like I discovered a new power up for my building. I'm never going back. Hi, Editing Cavalry here. I've received a lot of requests for world downloads to my previous builds, and I can kind of see requests coming in for this one too. These builds take a long time and a lot of work to make, so I've set up a Patreon where you can go and get all of my previous builds. I'm going to try and make it more worth it for you guys by posting a new build every single month, but I'm not going to release this Mushroom Kingdom world until it's completely finished. What I will do though is I'll release the schematics I used during the building process every single month as well, so you guys can use them in your builds too, and then we can like share ideas and stuff. Anyway, back to the video. After 3 hours of exporting 5 separate times, which by the way was the third sign I ignored that the world was too big, that's task complete. Back over in the schematic world where I built Peach's castle, I now need to build all of the natural and unnatural decorations that I'm going to cover the landscape in. So I built a big rock, another big rock, and then a smaller rock. I built a bunch of bushes that'll really help the world, and then some pumpkins, some mushrooms, and some tiny rocks. Oh, they're so tiny, so cute. Then I moved on to the less natural things. I built a bunch of toad houses and then these weird hill things. I don't know what they're called. They're called hills. They don't look like hills. I spent like 8 hours in World Painter putting all of these decorations all over the island. Most of that time was spent waiting for it to export. Twice. 4th sign. But then I looked at this thing in Minecraft and it's perfect. Task complete. At this point, I've spent over 100 hours on this project, but we're close to finishing. But the next task is probably the hardest one to do, so maybe we're not close. Anyway, the first step is to build this massive cake that the city surrounds. Because of the size of the world that I've built and the size of Peach's castle, this thing is like 500 blocks tall. Then when the castle goes on top, it's going to be even taller. It will easily double Minecraft's normal world height. Yeah, this is going to take like 5 episodes at least to make. I bulked up the cake and then started building the city blocks. I covered the cake in them and then started to build out the floors and the walls. It took me a few attempts to get the floors right, but I think I got it to a point where it's pretty good. Then I took the remaining few decorations from the schematic world that I haven't used yet, and I just covered the entire city, adding in all those much needed details. Now at this point, only one thing remains. Peach's castle. We've come full circle. I dropped the schematic of the castle right at the very tip top of the cake. It's beautiful. And I decorated everything with the bright pinks, trees and stars shown in the trailer. Then it was done. The build is complete and the Mushroom Kingdom is finished. I know there's a lot of little details like plants, shops, and other stuff that I haven't built yet, but this build has already taken me twice as long as I thought it would, and I want to get this video out. So I'm going to be building all of those little things either off camera or in the future, but they would definitely be there before the world download gets released. I do want to know what you guys think needs to be added too, just so I don't miss anything. So let me know this stuff down below. Bye!